Yeah. Now, how about this one, Shane? Texas A&M at Auburn. This line is shifted, and it's been all over the place here. But
Yeah.
right now, Auburn favored by a point and a half, just by the slimmest of margins. The over/under 48.5 total points. The game kicks off 7:30 Eastern, 6:30 Central on the SEC Network. Last season, Texas A&M won this ball game 20-3. The Aggies lead the all-time series 7-5, and A&M has won 2 in a row. Do they make it 3 against them fighting Cadillacs?
Oh, Mike, I'm torn on this game, man, because I made a promise, I made a vow that I would never put money on the Aggies again, and so far it's been working. It's been lucrative,
Yeah.
and I'm chalking up last week. Out of all Jimbo's losses, I'm giving him a hall pass on last week, and I'm looking at the Auburn Tigers and were they fun? Were they exciting against Mississippi State? Yes, but again there was rumors that there were some ailments on that side of the ball, and maybe they got a Mississippi State that wasn't 100%. So then again, you start second guessing some of the plays made during that ball game, and yes, they played hard, but can they repeat that a following week and be productive against Texas A&M? I don't know, man. I almost wanted to Morristown Honda this thing. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm buying in. I feel like the Aggies have got to win out. They know this. This locker room knows this. The fans know this. This is going to be an electric environment for two teams that have how many 6 combined wins, combined 6-12.
Yeah.
This place is going to be absolutely rocking. But I have faith that the Texas A&M Aggies get it done. Achane has a hell of a game. I think we're walking away from this saying, again, Wigman is legit. Texas A&M is in good hands because you're stuck with Jimbo, so might as well buy into the future. So give me Texas A&M 28, Auburn 20. I still think it's a close game. I think it's going to be a great game, but I like the Aggies to score last.
Yeah. You might be dead on, Shane. I mean, again, Robbie Ashford, he's playing out there. He's playing tough. He's making these big-time runs in critical situations, but not a threat passing the ball.
Nope.
So, can you challenge this A&M defense, even though he's have struggled mightily, Shane, to stop the run? That is a huge concern because that is what Auburn loves to do with Tank, with Jarquez Hunter, and Robbie Ashford. I mean, they got a 3-headed monster back there at running. But if you know they're going to do that, man, you got to believe they can slow this thing down. So, there's a lot to what you said. Connor Wigman, like you said, is back. Evan Stewart, there's a reason he was a prize pick selection. He's heating up. Moose Muhammad, the other receiver, he is heating up, playing the best football of his career. Devon Achane. Shane, I don't even think this is a bold take at this point in time, but, he's going to be an All-American, or he should be.
Right.
He should be first-team SEC. He should be first-team All-American. Aggies know how important Devon Achane is. I don't know if the rest of the country is still paying attention because they've been losing, but he's that good. He may be the best running back in the SEC, and he's certainly the one that's getting the least amount of attention, that's playing at an elite level. So to say all that, you might be onto something here, Shane. At the same time, it's a sellout there, Jordan-Hare Stadium. It's a tough place to play. Got Cadillac out here. This could be his best opportunity to get a SEC win because you got to imagine they're going to be a huge favorite, or underdog in the Iron Bowl against Alabama. But, man. Morristown Honda, Shane. Auburn, 28. Texas A&M, 27. 1 point win here. So I'm giving the Aggies the cover, believe it or not, because the spread's only 1.5. But really, I mean, I think this could go either way. Would not be surprised which team wins it, either one really. But I just think not that A&M's given up, because I don't think that's right to say. And like you said, last week, hell, the other SEC fans don't want to hear it, but they ain't winning with 20 players gone from the flu either,
right?
Including your starting quarterback. And the quarterback you had playing was banged up anyway. So a lot going against the Aggies. I get it. But I think Auburn's playing with more heart. I think they're playing with more passion, more fire. Hell, they got down big time last week, Shane, on the road, and they kept fighting. So even if A&M jumps out to a lead, I don't think they're going to give up. I do think if they jump out to a lead, they could run away with this thing. So
Yeah.
I love the way they're playing at the tail end of the season. That's incredible to say considering their record. But yeah, give me Auburn at home. I'm ready for the Aggies to prove me wrong once again. You know what?
Yeah, I know. I wanted to switch it. In fact, I was thinking about it when you were setting this one up, and I was like, I could just flip-flop these scores. Nobody will know, but I'd be lying. When I put it in there, I just feel like there was something to that Ole Miss game. There was something in there that I watched, and there was opportunities that Texas A&M could have beat a top 25 team. And obviously that gets lost when you have all those players out. It's an early game against the Florida Gators, which even then they still fought like hell. So I know there's a lot of fight in this Texas A&M team, and I just think getting some of those pieces back, I think this is it's put up or shut up, and I think Jimbo is finally going to loosen up a little bit. I saw a little bit of it in Ole Miss, and then he kind of had to get back to being conservative and boring, but they still hung in there with the Florida Gators. So I just feel like this could be a game, and I'm not lying, Mike. This feels to me like could be a game that Texas A&M wins by 4 scores. I know that sounds
Really?
crazy. I truly believe it. Texas A&M either barely wins or they blow them out. That's what happens. That's what I feel like happens in this game. Now, there's some Auburn fans out there clipping this video and saying, I cannot wait to put Cousin Shane on blast after we beat the shit out of the Aggies. So we'll see what happens, but that's just how I feel, is that, a lot of people get lost in last week and they forget that there was a lot of spark in the Texas A&M team the week prior.
Right. My biggest thing though with the Aggies, Shane, I mean, it took them, over half a season to get the offense really clicking, and as soon as they did, then the defense is falling apart. Like I've got no confidence in the defense now either. So it's like, man, they just can't get. Once they get one side of the ball figured out, then the other one collapses. So I don't know.
That's one thing that. I think that's what it's going to come down to is that defensive front.
Yeah.
If they can't stop Ashford and Tank and company, I mean they're in a long day ahead of them. But if they can, I just don't think that you can put Anthony Richardson and him in the same they're 2 different quarterbacks. Anthony Richardson can actually throw the ball, and I'm not taking from Ashford because you look at the Arkansas game. He had some moments in there. He did complete a lot of passes, but I still feel like when it comes down to forcing him to throw the ball, that he gets scared. He just wants to pull and run, and that's just something you can't coach out here at the tail end of the season. That's just who he is right now. Yeah. Now maybe in the off season they get another coach in there and maybe kind of groom him and get him better game prepared, but at this moment you just got a kid out there trying to just win the game by himself. So I think you can't do that with Texas A&M. The film's out, so I'm curious. This is going to be a fun game. It's going to be a fun game to watch